Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. Potential new game mode here in the world of Warcraft. And this is something, this has been the talk of the town. Guardians of the Dream preview, a Battleground Blitz Brawl. Now, this is interesting because obviously we have solo queue arena, right? Are you kidding me, bro? We'll get back to that in a second. Our first venture into a solo rated PvP in World of Warcraft was Solo Shuffle. Following its success, we're now looking to experiment with a format we're calling Battleground Blitz for solo queue rated Battlegrounds. Battleground Blitz is an 8v8 solo queue battleground experience and our first foray into what could potentially become solo queue rated Battlegrounds in the future. We learned a lot from Solo Shuffle that informed the gameplay considerations of Battlegrounds in a solo queue environment for this brawl, which will be discussed here. The first thing you may have noticed, it is 8 versus 8. Design considerations. We've been happy with how Solo Shuffle lowered the barrier to entry in rated arenas and served as an accessible PvP game mode. The biggest obstacle we faced was the low ratio of healers to damage dealers, which was typically 4 damage dealers for every healer waiting in queue during the most active times. This leads to a long queue time for damage dealers. It was an early concern when we first launched Solo Shuffle as a brawl, especially after shifting away from using tanks to be the anchors in Solo Shuffle matches. We previously experimented with other formats for Battlegrounds, like the Deep 6 Brawl in Legion. We felt the team size were too small for some of the available maps, especially the larger ones like Arathi Basin. Additionally, we want to try some updates to map formats that we think will make a better solo queue experience in rated Battlegrounds. For example, in domination maps such as Deepwind Gorge, the role of being a base sitter can result in tension in a solo queue environment. We also think the shorter match lengths would be more fun for solo queue players, bringing in more frequent moment-to-moment gameplay and decision-making. Battleground Blitz format. Our plan is an 8v8 format that can be queued solo or as a duo if there is a healer in the pair. That's kind of interesting. So if you are a healer, you can invite a friend to play with you. So if you're a healer, you get the added benefit of bringing a good class and a buddy along, which is pretty crazy. Map mechanics and pacing are adjusted to be quicker with the goal of 10 to 12 minute average match lengths. Team composition. The 8 players on each team will be made up of 2 healers, 5 to 6 damage dealers, and 0 to 1 tanks. Opposing teams will always have the same number of tanks. Matching that does not include tanks will not take place on Capture the Flag maps. Matches made with a tank on each team can take place on any map. Our goal with the increased ratio of healers to damage dealers, as well as healers having a duo queue option, aims to alleviate potential longer queue times. Map pool and mechanics. Initially, the map pool will be that of the rated Battleground pool: Warsong Gulch, Twin Peaks, Temple of Kotmogu, Eye of the Storm, Silver Shard Mines, Arathi Basin, and Deepwind Gorge. In Battleground Blitz, there are some general mechanic changes made across all the maps. On maps where you cast to take an objective, the cast time has been reduced from 6 seconds to 4 seconds. On domination maps, control points are captured in 30 seconds after being contested, reduced from 1 minute. On all maps, players will gain a buff that provides a large increase in mount speed. On several maps, there are new power-up runes. Shield of Protection provides a large absorb shield. Into the Shadows provides a player with stealth and increased movement speed. Rune of Frequency increases cooldown rate. Shadow Sight provides stealth and invis detection. Beautiful. Look at those beautiful little icons there. The goal with the changes above is to provide more movement-to-movement decisions while adapting maps to make sense for 8-player team sizes, while ensuring the macro strategy that players find to be fun in Battlegrounds is still intact. We looked at several factors for each map, including average game lengths, the size of the map, and individual mechanics to make some modifications to have them make sense in Battleground Blitz. Eye of the Storm, Arathi Basin, and Deepwind Gorge will have the most significant changes of the pool. Eye of the Storm. 4 nodes available, only 2 captures at a time, 1 per side, which award points, with the middle flag being available to capture. Mage Tower or Draenei Ruins and Fel Reaver Ruins or Blood Elf Tower. When the middle flag is captured, previous nodes move to neutral and reset. 2 nodes, 1 per side, reactivate, alternating. Interesting. Points for capturing a flag significantly increased. When a flag is captured, the existing available nodes will become uncapturable after 15 seconds. The other set of nodes will still become available. Okay, that's cool. Arathi Basin and Deepwind Gorge. 5 capturable nodes. Increase resource acquisition. After you capture a node entirely, you control it for 45 seconds. It then deactivates and can be captured again 5 seconds later. To fully capture a node, you have to complete the 4-second cast, then hold the point for 30 seconds without the enemy team recapturing. Warsong Gulch and Twin Peaks. The flag carrier debuff, Brutal Assault, stacks 100% faster, each stack every 15 seconds up from 30. Maximum game length is set to 12 minutes. Wow, that capture of the flag is quick. Battle for Gilneos. Increased resource acquisition rate. Silvershard Mines and Temple of Katmulu. No change planned initially. These maps are already fast-paced. Those are my favorite maps. These are my favorite maps. I think they're the best designed Battlegrounds. Just the nature of these maps doesn't allow for it to stalemate, which I think is amazing. As mentioned above, we are cognizant of the tension that can come from having dedicated defender roles within a battleground. You guys, they keep saying that, and basically what that means is, oh my god, you got capped on? Dude, it's so easy. Why didn't you just say something, bro? Oh my god, how did you do it? You freaking idiot. All right, something like that. The gameplay changes for Arathi Basin, Deepwind Gorge, and Eye of the Storm aim to alleviate that tension. Looking ahead, we're approaching this idea in a tempered manner, as adding a new format to PvP is a big commitment. Our intent is to implement this feature as a PvP brawl first, so we can experiment with the format, discover any problems, and consider player feedback. If the format is well received during the brawl, we can dig into additional details on the plan for a rated mode, including rating changes, how the latter will work, rewards, levers, and additional team matching, such as limiting the number of single spec per team. We will host a PvP Brawl with the Blues event focused on Battleground Blitz on the Guardians of the Dream PTR on Friday, September 15th, from 3 to 5. Keep an eye out for the upcoming posts of additional details for the PvP with the Blues event. Please share your thoughts and feedback with us here. We're eager to hear it. This is freaking awesome! I love it. I think Battlegrounds are great, man. I think Battlegrounds, like, here's the truth, guys, all right? Arena is awesome. I love Arena. I love 3v3 Arena. I love Solo Shuffle Arena. Arena's fucking awesome. But a lot of the reason why people got into PvP and WoW is Battlegrounds. Right? Like, people actually like Battlegrounds. I think the current rated Battlegrounds is incredibly niche. It's hard to get into. I don't want to say the community is toxic because I feel like it's not fair to lump them all together, but in my experience, there's a considerable amount of toxicity in the RPG community. I'm perfectly happy that this is being added because I think this is actually fun. I think objective-based gameplay with more players per team is awesome. I'm really excited about this. I think this has a lot of potential, and I will definitely 100% be playing on the PTR on Friday, September 15th. Okay? So Friday, September 15th, 3 to 5 p.m. PDT. You guys better have characters on the PTR to play it because we want to give feedback. We want to see how it is. I'll definitely make a video of it, and I'll let you know my thoughts after actually playing in it. Sweet. I think this is great, though. Overall, super happy about this.